The ALF set was a trapdoor maze that could swallow you if you missed a mark. Floors were raised, panels popped open, and three puppeteers worked in the dark below, while actors hit steps like they were defusing a bomb. Shoots stretched because every line had to dodge a hole, a rod, or a rig. That was production hell under a cozy family show. From walking shots that weren't a puppet, to a Christmas special that left kids quiet, to a finale that cut to black. These are 10 specific, strange truths about the 1986 hit that lived between cozy and uncanny. If the 80s are your lane, tap subscribe. Let's count it down. Number 10. Cute Puppet, Nightmare Shoots. This wasn't a normal multi-camera schedule. It was production hell. Raised floors, hidden trenches, precision marks. A two-line joke could balloon into an hour because the puppet's hand had to enter frame on the exact beat. The lamp had to shift an inch, and a camera move couldn't flash a rod. Days slid into double digits. Resets piled up. Patience broke before props did. Actors learned one rule: plant and trust. Hold the mark. Keep the eye line. Never glance down, even when the floor moved. The crew ran the same beats until the timing clicked and the seams disappeared. What reads like breezy chatter on screen is the last step of a puzzle the team solved 20 times already. If this kind of behind-the-scenes grind fascinates you, tap subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. Number 9. The living room was a trapdoor maze. Burbank, 1986. The Tanner house looked like any network living room until you checked the floor. It sat on a platform with hatches cut everywhere, by the couch, behind the chair, near the stairs. If a gag needed Alf at the end of the island, that panel opened. If he needed to ghost behind the sofa, another hatch. Every path was mapped like a heist. Crew called it a minefield. One step wrong and you vanished below frame. That's why the casual cross from couch to kitchen looks so smooth. Props slide to clear rod paths. A panel pops at the last second. Lights tweak for a catchlight in the eyes. And the move resets until every seam disappears. The living room wasn't just a set. It was the magic trick. Number 8. One alien, 3 operators. On camera, it's one mouth. Under the rug, it's 3 brains. A lead puppeteer ran head and voice, eyes, lids, brows, snout, while 2 assistants drove the arms and props. The head wasn't one mask. Swap-in face rigs tuned expressions so the eyes could narrow, lids droop, or brows pop on cue. Watch the microbeats. A half blink before a lie. A longer blink after a roast lands. A tiny chin drop when the human across from him gets sincere. Those choices make the face look like it's listening. And once a puppet is listening, the jokes hit like real conversation. Miss a syllable, and the magic dies. So they ran it until the microbeats felt alive. Number 7. Sometimes Alf had legs. Most shots keep Alf waist up as a hand and rod puppet. But when a scene needed a clean cross, hallway to door, living room to kitchen, the show used a full-body suit on a small performer. Those wides are quick for a reason. Hold too long and you'll spot the different gait and center of gravity. Even the arm swing gives it away if you stare, so the edit never lets you. Cut fast and your brain stitches both versions into one character. That blink and you miss it walk by is what sells the idea that a 3-foot alien actually lives there. Number 6. No studio audience, all laugh track. Bleachers and live laughs? Not here. Trenches and resets made live tapings a non-starter, so laughs were added later. That changed how scenes played. The cast had to hear the laugh that wasn't there, leave room for it, and stay truthful in the silence. Timing turned into math. That's why the sarcasm feels so sharp. The pauses were planned. It also let the show hold awkward space most family sitcoms avoid. A stare that lingers, a deadpan that hangs, a slow burn before the pop. Nobody had to wait for a crowd to settle, so beats could breathe and jokes could land a half-second later than you expect. If you remember watching this live in the late 80s, drop where you were. City, night, and the one line you still quote. Number 5. The Christmas special went dark. December 1987. Twinkle lights, wrapping paper, and a hospital. The story lets Alf meet someone he can't save, then sits with it. No magical fix, no cheap lecture, just kindness that matters even when it can't cure. Family TV rarely risks that kind of sadness in a holiday hour, which is why people still bring this one up. It works because the show never goes syrupy. The alien keeps the sarcasm. The humans don't pretend a joke will erase reality. The closing beats hold both truths at once. Keep the humor, honor the ache, then keep going. And that was before the series pulled its meanest trick in the final minutes. Number 4. The finale cut to black. March 1990. Headlights on a roadside, government vans, hands up, cut. No living room goodbye, no tidy bow. Years later, a TV movie answered the cliffhanger without the Tanners. But the image that stuck was the blackout. A family sitcom that ended like a thriller sting. It's audacious because it ignores almost every genre rule. The last note wasn't comfort, it was risk. Whether you applauded or yelled, you remembered it, because family sitcoms don't end with a threat. The show spent 4 seasons joking about government vans and then refused to cushion the landing. You felt dropped off because it wanted you to feel it. Number 3. Jokes came with disclaimers. The cat-eating bit hit a nerve. Kids repeated it. Parents complained. The writers pushed, then cushioned. Books, interviews, and on-air winks worked like mini disclaimers. Pets are fine. This is a character joke. You can hear the balance in certain tags. A sharp line followed by a warm button. That's the lane the series drove weekly. Spicy enough for older siblings, safe enough for 8 p.m. That approach let the show flirt with edgy while staying family hour friendly. The trick wasn't gore or shock, it was tone. A late-night comics voice in a cozy time slot is always going to tug at the seams. The win was tugging without tearing. Number 2, the alien went everywhere. The sitcom was the hub. The character was the tour. There were animated prequels about life on Melmac, a second animated series that spun fairy tales in Alf's voice, comics and books that kept the wisecracks between episodes, and late-night guest spots where the puppet stayed in character and roasted hosts like any headline star. That cross-media run made the world feel bigger than one living room. Kids learned the alien's backstory on Saturday mornings. Adults watched him snipe at talk show hosts. Merch kept the voice alive between seasons. Same sarcasm, different stage, and suddenly, the sitcom felt like a documentary about a very rude house guest. Number 1, a whole planet in the punchlines. The writers didn't dump lore, they dripped it. Melmac foods with dare snack names, games with rules that make no earth sense, offhand memories about jobs and a space service stint told like tall tales. It sounds like nonsense until you realize the pieces fit. You don't need a map to know it exists. You can feel the room had one. That slow drip kept Alf from flattening into a single gag. He wasn't just a wisecracker, he was a visitor from somewhere specific, and the show let you overhear it in pieces. Sitcom surface, sci-fi depth. That's the real magic trick. The laughter lands because the character feels like he walked in from a larger life and never stopped talking. That's why Alf still sticks. A friendly living room built over a booby-trapped stage, a puppet that listened like a pro, and jokes that slid from cuddly to uncanny without losing the laugh. If we missed your favorite deep cut, episode, production quirk, moment that made you pause, drop it below with the scene and why it stuck. If the 1980s and 1990s are your comfort channel, hit like and subscribe, because with Box Set and Chill, the 80s and 90s never end.